within the confines of the laboratory, biosafety, biosecurity and biorisk management, ensure that dangerous biological materials are kept safe and out of the hands of those that might seek to misuse them. Laboratory biosafety, biosecurity and biorisk management, thus, make a vital contribution to a broader notion that we refer to as biological security. Biological security is part of a wider web of integrated and complementary elements that reinforce each other. In order to understand biological security, we need to consider the importance of a range of measures that take biological security beyond the laboratory door. Graham Pearson refers to this broader concept of biological security as a web of prevention. The concept was first proposed by Pearson in the early 1990s in Prospects for Chemical and Biological Arms Control, The Web of Deterrence, Washington Quarterly. These measures include international and national prohibitions, disease detection and prevention, effective threat preparedness, export controls, oversight of life science activities, including codes of conduct, and awareness raising and biosecurity education. The latter measures are important because they seek to ensure that all those engaged in the life sciences, whether in government, industry or academia, are aware of how the potential for misuse can be better mitigated. Mitigation includes protecting work from misuse, and countering the threat to humans, animals, and plants posed by states, non-state actors or other entities. In order to promote this broader notion of biological security and extend current best practice in biosecurity and biosafety and biorisk management beyond the confines of the laboratory, the University of Bradford was awarded in 2015 a project grant for the development of a resource for promoting biological security awareness raising and education globally. The project was jointly funded by the governments of Canada and the UK under the Global Partnership Against the Spread of Weapons of Mass Destruction. Throughout the course of 2015, 2 authoritative books on biological security education were produced. The books are primarily aimed at undergraduates studying life science courses and their lecturers, but it is hoped that the material will be useful to scientists at any stage of their career. The first is a guide titled, Preventing Biological Threats. What you can do. This is intended to raise awareness and knowledge of biological security of everyone active in the life sciences, ranging from those engaged in research to those engaged in management and policy making, both nationally and internationally. The second is a handbook titled, Biological Security Education Handbook, The Power of Team-Based Learning. This handbook focuses on a specific format of active learning instruction. This is known as team-based learning or TBL. The latter TBL Active Learning Handbook maps onto each of the chapters of the guide. Both facilitate awareness raising and education in key concepts of relevance to the wider notion of biological security. The following is an extract from the TBL Handbook, in the form of a TBL scenario. Chapter 2 of the handbook addresses some of the social, ethical and legal issues that relate to biological security. The learning objectives and outcomes for this scenario show that learners will 1. Develop understanding of the novel security concerns arising from advancement in life science. 2. Understand the broader social, ethical, and legal responsibilities incumbent of the life sciences. And 3. Develop an appreciation of what scientists can do in order to minimize the potential for the misuse of their work. Following the introduction of learners to the relevant chapter in the guide, the TBL scenario asks learners to select answers from a list of statements contained in questions relating to the so-called gain-of-function experiment.